Hi, I'm Dr. Strehler with the fourth episode about energy medicine in modern times and precision energy medicine and bioenergetics. So life organizes itself in cellular structures. There's single-cell organisms such as some bacteria and certain parasites. We humans, we are made up of 100 trillion cells, and life functions at the cellular level. These cells are the smallest independent functional units of life. So life happens at the interface of the environment, which is everything outside of the body, and the cells, with the DNA in the nucleus of each cell holding the knowledge on how to survive biochemically. So cellular communication becomes important, of course, because these 100 trillion cells need to communicate. To coordinate this complex biological phenomenon of life, communication between all entities involved is crucial. Cell signaling or cell communication is the ability of a cell to receive, process, and transmit signals with its environment and within itself. This is accomplished through proteins called peptides. For example, cytokines are such peptides for immune function. They operate through receptors and channels in a pathway fashion, pathways being kind of cascades of events. The target being the DNA to get certain functional proteins manufactured. The DNA itself is so sensitive it responds to innate frequencies from environmental factors like foods and nutrition through resonance. The DNA is like a sounding board responding to frequencies from the environment. So the food you put in your mouth is part of the environment. All the communications are designed to make any response balanced and beneficial. Digest the food, absorb the food, activate the nutrients, transport them to the cells. It's all designed to, this communication, cellular communication, is designed to not to overreact as in a cytokine storm and not to underperform as in hypothyroidism. So when these 100 trillion cells with thousands of receptors on each cell membrane communicate with each other and fire on all cylinders to keep one ticking, it adds up to a huge amount of signaling activity I like to call energy. This energy follows certain pathways, the main one being the meridian system as discovered by the ancient Chinese 4,000 years ago. It has been called Qi energy, it has been called prana, it has been called the life force. I like to call it cellular communications data. The IMAET harness system measures this energy and analyzes its many different innate frequencies to find out what's going on with a body or inside a body. So wherever there's energy flow, any kind of energy flow, there is a perpendicular electromagnetic field around that flow, whether it's water flow or electrical current or data flow. Perpendicular electromagnetic representation of that energy flow and its content, which is information, data, is present. This field allows us to analyze cellular communication, and it provides access to receptors, channels, and the DNA itself for a balancing, sometimes correcting biofeedback of resonating frequencies. This body biofield can be easily explained with quantum entanglement, a well-researched and established science of quantum physics. You can go to the NIH website and read about it some more. Subatomic particles like electrons and photons being in multiple places at the same time, I call this Metaspace. And cyberspace is such an entity. So when you are on your smartphone making a FaceTime call to a friend in Sydney, Australia, well, that is a quantum physical event, and you know how to do it, you do it. You don't have to understand every little bit of the science and technology behind it. You just use the technology for your benefit. So the body biofield transcends into Metaspace, and here we are able to assess and harmonize living things far away from our computer. It allows to send balancing information in the form of energy from a person or a computer to re-establish balance and coherence. The quantum biofeedback device, which allows to do this, is the IMAET virtuoso. The databases of the virtuoso provide epigenetic detail to be able to resonate with certain specific genes and change the expression of cellular pathways. One can tackle allergies and inflammatory triggers of all kinds and deliver a harmonizing feedback. For example, should there be a lactose intolerance situation, one could resonate with the lactase gene and possibly change the expression of that gene for the better. Distance with the virtuoso or with this kind of energetic functioning becomes irrelevant. One can change epigenetic expression, communicate with the immune system, and balance emotional upheavals. and things of that nature. Sounds complicated? Well, it is, but don't let that discourage you. The IMAET software is very automated, and it allows you to learn to connect the dots and bring coherence into cellular function and genetic expression. And over time, you will become aware of so much more of what's going on, why someone has a rash, why someone has a headache, why all these things are happening. And it's a learning process, but the virtuoso and the IMAET software makes you aware of the underlying details, and also then which genes are involved and which could possibly be improved, whose function could possibly be improved with by changing the genetic expression with resonating frequencies. So the IMAET virtuoso is also ideal for remote practice. If you would want to practice remotely, which in these days with COVID and everything is a popular thing, or to check on friends and families, this is the way to do it. There's 25 different programs on there, from IQ panels to chakras to the different organs and lymph panels and on and on, 25. Learn from our wellness coach seminars and webinars. Go to the website and see when the next seminar or webinar is happening. And you can become a wellness coach and do this professionally.